All right, Dan Rowan in Vegas. Thanks, Dan. The NHS and care services are facing a staff shortage caused in part by falling migration from the EU. And those vacancies could be even harder to fill after the government announced this week that low-skilled workers wouldn't be granted visas from next year. But now the NHS in England is hiring 10,000 school leavers who've been given training by the charity, the Prince's Trust, which has highlighted concern among public sector employers that jobs are becoming harder to fill. Our Home editor Mark Easton has been to Birmingham to look at the scale of the problem.
With record levels of people in work in Britain, many employers are struggling to fill vacancies, particularly in relatively low-paid roles in the expanding health and social care sectors.
I've heard the same complaint for decades. British youngsters are reluctant to apply for entry-level roles in the caring professions because they fear the work will be too demanding for the money and the prospects.
But equally, I've met many young people who say that without qualifications, they are ignored in the jobs market.
Can you tell us what tasks you think you'll be carrying out on patients?
As a healthcare assistant, I think I'd be carrying out washing people.
Megan left school with virtually no qualifications and has been rejected for countless jobs since.
I didn't think I would ever be able to become a healthcare assistant or even get a job in the NHS because I had one GCSE.
Now, though, she's getting support from the Prince's Trust, part of a new scheme funded by the charity and the government, aiming to get 10,000 jobless school leavers into the NHS.
Before, I wasn't getting interviews, and that really put me down. Like, I didn't feel I was confident enough.
And you've got a job interview later today?
I have. I'm excited for it, and it's all thanks to the Prince's Trust.
Let's say you've been emailed, you've got a job interview. What would you do?
The key to the Prince's Trust approach is the individual support they give every young person.
It is a big commitment, but I think it's what makes our programme so successful because of that personal touch.
The challenge is going to be taking that personal touch and apply it at scale, to thousands of young people, isn't it?
I agree, it will be a challenge, but bring on the challenge, I would say.
Roisin has taken advantage of the Prince's Trust personal approach, now working as a healthcare assistant in Birmingham. She admits the NHS can appear a daunting prospect.
You think hospitals, and it's like people being sick. I came and I got a piece of the action basically, and I've been loving it ever since, honestly.
The NHS is the largest employer in the West Midlands, but with many unfilled vacancies, the service is working harder to recruit youngsters who were not high achievers at school or college.
There are lots of young people who struggle to access the kind of careers and opportunities that we offer, and the opportunity of this partnership is to reach out to those young people and to prepare them for careers with us.
Too often, poorly qualified young people are written off. But for Megan, a new chapter is about to be started. After her interview, she was offered the job she craved in the NHS. Mark Easton, BBC News, Birmingham.
Now, for rival football fans, how do you stop runaway leaders Liverpool winning all their matches? Well, if you're Dara Curley, who's 10, and a Manchester United fan,